Well, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are going to just have a short, fast, highly profitable, highly productive time. Just going through some things on living an above average life, how to take advantage of putting yourself in a position where the things that we desire to do financially, we can make it happen. Not only can we make it happen for ourselves, but also make it happen for those that we are connected to. And my name is Rich Williams. I am a husband, a father, I'm a sales leader, I'm an investor, I'm an educator, I'm a mentor. And welcome to Motivate Podcast. And Motivate Podcast, we believe that believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can. And so I'm super excited with what we have tonight, the information that we have. Hopefully, you're in a position where you can hear and maybe you could take some good notes as we go through the information tonight. I want to tell you a short story. What motivates me? What got me going down this path? Right, being providing motivate. And I was training one time a number of years ago. I was doing some training for some sales professionals because I'm personally passionate about helping sales professionals, small business owners, and entrepreneurs live a more productive life and have thriving businesses. So I was doing some training, and one of the audience member asked me a question. He said, "Hey, Rich, how do I beat the competition?" He was serious. How do you beat the competition? Everyone leaned in. There was an expectation of of some words of of wisdom from me. And you know what I told him? I said, you don't beat the competition, outperform the competition. And so it's been from that moment on, I realized that beating the competition for me meant that I'm providing motivate. I'm providing some aid to motivation as it relates to things that people are desirous of and they are hoping to pursue, right? So that mindset of believing that you can is way more profitable, man, than believing that you can't. And so, tonight is really about living at above. I refer to as above average life, right? Living at above average life. It's a focus on money. It's a focus on goal setting. All of these things work together. There's no secret sauce. Everything has to be working together. Everything has to be in alignment, right? If we're going to see this success, experience the success that we are desiring to experience, there are a number of things that need to be in alignment, a number of things that need to be um, coordinated. Whatever the words you want to use, they have to be in alignment. And so we're going to go through some things tonight as it relates to that. But I want you to understand this. Let's start here. Understand this, that it was a Gallup poll done in 2017, a Gallup poll done in 2017. And in that Gallup poll, it was determined that 85%, 85% of the people are living a unfulfilled, as though they're living an unproductive life or unfulfilled about the jobs, and they dread waking up every day. Think about that for a second. 85% of people don't feel happy or fulfilled at their job. They dread waking up every single day. Listen, friend, you got to love what you do. Man, it's a separate conversation, but let me just have this brief part of this conversation. You got to love what you do. You have to come in with the mindset that I am going to do, I'm going to extract every possible thing that I can extract from this opportunity. 85% of the people don't feel happy or fulfilled. They hate their jobs. They dread going to work. Um, and you know, the interesting thing is there are challenges that people are facing, right? And there are challenges that, you know, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years maybe now to the point to the date, COVID came through, right? About a year and a half, maybe or so, COVID came through, and COVID created challenges for a whole lot of people, right? There were the fear of loss, the fear of, well, losing income, losing homes, losing things, and you know, unfortunately, there were many that lost their lives as a result of COVID. So these challenges that we face, they affect us. They weigh in on us. And when we're not feeling happy or fulfilled, that affects our confidence. It affects our self-worth. Our happiness is affected. Health, finances, all these things suffer because not feeling fulfilled, not feeling very happy. And then we feel like we were meant for something else. We were meant to do something else with our lives. And so I want to get into that conversation just a little bit on this evening, um, and look at it from a different perspective. Look at the challenges that we face from a different perspective, and get ourselves in a position where we're earning an above average income, living an above average life, earning above average income. Now, it doesn't sound like a huge difference, right? An above average. What is above average? Above, well, if we're looking at income, average income changes. In my area, the average medium income for homes is somewhere around $125,000. Average medium household income around $125,000. And other places, portions of the country is lower, or other places it's even higher. But I'm talking about how do we get into a position where we're happy, we're fulfilled, where our confidence is high. We are moving beyond this feeling of I wish I felt like there was something else I could do, you know. And there is a way. There, you know, what if things could be different? I don't know if you remember the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. And in that movie, this one particular robot develop a personality. He became self-aware, right? And so in the movie, there's a scene where Will Smith is talking to a hologram, and the hologram is the professor that created the robot. And Will Smith, and it's a hologram with pre-recorded responses. And so the art or challenges for Will Smith is he's having a conversation with a hologram that has pre-recorded information. And Will Smith asks a question, and the hologram says, that is the correct question. In other words, that question that he asked unlocked information. And so asking ourselves question, what if there was a way? What if things could be different? What if I could navigate and move into a position of earning above average income? You know, understand the cash flow system of how money flows in the U.S. Robert Kiyosaki had this in his book, The Rich Dad Poor Dad. There's basically four groups of people. There are people who are self-employed. They work for themselves. The second group is 60% of the people, they work for someone else. The third group is investors. 1% of the population in the U.S. are investors, and approximately 4% of the population in the U.S. is owner. These are four different ways that cash can flow. These are four different ways that we can make money. We can work for someone else And there's nothing wrong with working with someone else. I was having a conversation the other day, and I say, hey, listen, I understand this. Sometimes people say, you always got to have a plan B, right? Plan B is if plan A doesn't work out, then you have a plan B in place. But my mind's a little bit different. I say work your plan B. What is your backup plan? Well, if A doesn't work, then I'm going to have B. I'm saying start with B. Start with your backup plan. Start with that thing. Like, for example, athletes that play, students that go to college and football, or they have aspiration to become professional, to play professional sports. And so usually it's a conversation about, hey, listen, get that degree just in case things will work out in the NFL or things will work out in the baseball or whatever the sports may be. And so there's this encouragement of living a backup. I mean, having a backup plan. What I'm saying is, listen, start with the backup. If your backup plan, if A doesn't work, I'm going to be a blank, then be the blank first. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, work your plan B until it makes a demand on you to step out into your plan A. So I personally believe that you got to become better on the inside. And when you become better on the inside, self-development first, when you become better on the inside, people may put a demand on you so that you grow and become bigger on the outside. But there's 4 ways that cash flows. Work for someone, you can work for someone else, or you can work for yourself. Basically, you buy a job. Now, 35% of the cash that flows in the U.S. is business owners. And I'm an opponent of business owner. I at one point was a business owner, and and I still have businesses, home-based business that I still operate today. But here's the point. The point is you bought a job. How do you? Because when you're not working it, are you earning income? We're going to talk a little bit about that in another conversation. The third group is 1% are investors. Business owners have people and systems in place. A business owner creates a business, grows a business to the extent where he or she steps out of that self-employment role, that work for yourself, and now you can hire others that can help you, assist you, fulfill your dream, your vision, your mission statement. When you boil it down, 95% of the population are earning 5% of the wealth that can be generated. Quite opposite is the 5% of the population. Then that 5% is 4% business owner plus 1% investor mindset people. 5%, they make 95% of our market. Now, I'm just having a quick conversation on how to have an above average income. Right? So if I want above average income, I got to start thinking average thoughts. And in order for me to think above average thoughts, I got to put myself in an above average environment. And in order to put myself in a above average environment, that I have a desire to make the move, make the change. 5% control 95% of the entire market. So what we do is we believe that real change begins with positive self-talk and thinking. That finding success starts within. Finding success, it starts within. Finding success, it starts within. Right? It starts from within. So again, we're making that progress, we're making that process of moving into earning above average income. And how do we do that? One of the things that we began looking at is how do we talk to ourselves? We become what we think we can become. We become what we think we can become. Thinking is cognitive activities. You use a process information, solve problems, make decisions, and create new ideas. Thinking is that process. Thinking is that process. So we become what we consistently think about. Therefore, I suggest that our outcome and our income is greatly determined by what we become. Our outcome and our income is greatly determined by what we become. Success is something that we attract by thinking like the person that we want to become. Success is something we attract. We think the right thoughts, puts us in an environment so that we become the person, so that we can become the person that we want to become. I'm hoping this is making sense. So, Rich, what are some things that I can do to help me position myself, earn that above average income? Couple different things that you can do. Here's something just from a basic financial perspective is as it relates to thinking, is analyzing what we say and the weight of what we say and how it affects us. The weight of what we say and how it affects us. That's a really good place to start. Mental health experts tells us that we process somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Now I'm slow walking this because we're getting to above average income. I'm going to be there momentarily. And these are ongoing conversations. This is not just one item. That's it. These are ongoing conversations. 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 90%, now the mental health experts are telling me this, 90%, almost 90% of those thoughts are automatic. Understand that a subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what's vividly imagined. That's why having positive affirmation is so powerful. A number of years ago, 20-some years ago, my wife and I went to the Bahamas for vacation. Spent about, 7 days or so in the Bahamas for vacation. And because my subconscious mind can't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined, I can go to the Bahamas at any time, at any moment in my thoughts, and my subconscious mind will believe that I'm there. See, what's held on the inside of us, and I'm talking thoughts, will eventually live on the outside. I hope this is making sense. What's held on the inside, right? It will eventually live on the outside. We literally do become what we consistently think about. That's real. So what are some of the thoughts that we're thinking? I ask myself self-evaluation questions from time to time. One of the questions I ask myself is, how do I see myself? Another question is, how do other people see me? So, Rich, you care about how other people see you? Well, from a certain extent, yes. How other people see me, that's important. How do they see me? And then I ask myself the question, how do I want to be seen? I believe that's important as well. How do I want to be seen by my family? How do I want to be seen by other people? This is all part of that process that I mentioned as it relates to becoming the person that you want to become. Right? It's all part of that process of becoming the person that you want. So this above average income, what does that look like? I mean, what does it mean to have above average income. So you definitely got to have some type of wealth plan in process, right? You got to have some type of, okay, here's how I'm going to give my money an assignment. And again, I'm building on this above average income because we're going to spend some time talking about investing. We're going to talk about creating passive income. I know, right? I'm on a mission over the next 30 to 60 days. I'm going to help at least 6 people and teach them and show them how to create $600, at least $600 a month of passive income. And if you want to be that group that we sit down and we go through every week for at least 30 minutes, and we're going to focus in on them to show you exactly how to do it based upon a home-based business and launching that, and how you can create 600. Think about this: $600 a month of passive income. That's money that's hitting your account whether you go to work or not. That's money hitting your account whether you pick up the phone or not. That's money hitting your account whether you leave your house or not. Now, $600 a month is not a lot of money. $7,200 a year. You're basically giving yourself a raise while you work your plan B. Remember, work that plan B. But here's a wealth plan, the 5-10-50. 5-10-50. Write that down. 5-10-50. The 5-10-50 plan. 5-10-50. What do you mean 5-10? You got 5 10s and then 50. What are the 5-10%? 10% financial freedom account. So if I bring in $1,000, right? If I bring in $1,000 and I'm basing this on net. You can base yours on gross if you want to. I bring in $1,000. I put $1,000 into my bank today. I'm going to take 10% and put it into a financial freedom account. That's the account that I'm going to use. That's going to create my passive income. I'm going to invest that money, whether stocks, bonds. I'll share with you later on the foreign exchange market, $6.3 trillion a day industry. And you can get a small piece of the pie. 5-10, there's 5-10%. 10% long-term savings, cars, equipment, vacations, debt. So I got $1,000 coming in. 10% of that $1,000 coming in today. 10% is going into a freedom account for passive income in my investing. I'm going to reinvest that money. 10% is going to a long-term saving account. If I'm saving for a car, I'm going to purchase a computer. I want a vacation. Another 10% giving, charity, mission projects. I am a full believer that you have to give as part of your living. Giving is part of living. When I stop giving, I'm bottlenecking, I'm shutting off the reciprocal process of sowing and reaping. I believe in sowing and reaping. You say, Rich, I don't. Well, then don't buy fruits or vegetables from the grocery store, because that's a product of sowing and reaping. Farmer, he or she sows an apple seed, an apple tree grows. He or she sows a tomato seed, a tomato, right? A tomato vine grows. You get the point. 10% play account, had to spend every month. So $1,000 come in, 10% goes to my freedom account, 10% goes to long savings, 10% goes into charity or missions, and 10% goes to my play account. This 10% I'm going to spend every month, any way that I want to, guilt-free. And then I'm going to take like another 10% to educate myself, seminar, books. I believe leaders are readers, and money makers are note takers. I believe in education. People said knowledge is power. Well, I've learned that knowledge acted on consistently and can be and is reproducible is power. Knowledge in and of itself isn't power. It's knowledge that is consistently acted upon. See, education without application is worse than having no education at all. Education without application is worse than having no education at all. Then I'm going to take the final 50%, and that's what I'm going to live off of. I'm pay my mortgage, pay my cell phone, pay my utilities, pay my groceries. So, Rich, how are you going to do that? You got to lower your standard of living. And this is just an idea, just a thought. And we're going down the path of how to earn an above average income. That's how we're going to do it. We're going down this path of how to live an above average income. Because it is our belief system that's going to make the difference. It's our belief system that's going to make the difference. So, hey, listen, friend, I appreciate you spending time with me tonight. This is Motivate. My name is Rich Williams. At Motivate, we believe that believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't. Thank you so much. I'll see you.